This build is far from being budget friendly, but I'm here to show you the best builds in-game without exceptions. That doesn't mean it's not working properly with the budget friendly gear. Recommendations for that and all kinds of questions are and will be answered in the comment section of this video. The gameplay footage shows my own Scion mbXtreme League patch 3.2. You will achieve way higher tankiness and damage in Standard League with legacy gear and enchants. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to not miss any new builds. Without further ado, lean back, relax and let's get started. This build guide contains build showcase, disclaimer, content overview, equipment, gems, jewels and abyss jewels, flasks, skill tree, ascendancy points, pantheon powers, bandit choice and some gameplay footage. Most of our gear contains rare items which can be modified to any mods we might need to cap our resistances, fulfill the stat requirements for gear and gems and boost our damage through damage mods. On our helmet we are looking for high energy shield, resistances and stats we might need. Try to get your hands on a Hubris circlet since it offers the highest energy shield base for helmets. We're gonna enchant 40% increased Blight damage for endgame boss DPS, or if you're mostly mapping and don't need Blight that often, we could also take 40% increased essence drain damage. As our weapon we're going to use Breath of the Council since it's the optimal weapon for this build. Insane increased chaos damage, increased area of effect and increased chaos kill effect duration, which enables our Wither Totem to reach 15 stacks without increased duration support gem. It also increases the duration of our dots, which will end up in even larger chain reactions as long as the density is high enough. Another sweet aspect, it also increases the duration of our Arcane Surge buff, best in slot weapon by large degree. On our shield we are looking for high energy shield, spell damage, resistances and stats we might need. Try to get your hands on a Fossilized Spirit Shield. Focus on energy shield and spell damage since you will need as many damage modifiers as possible. Since we wear a lot of rare items, you can focus on resistances and stats on other spots as well. As our body armor we are going to use Chevron's wrappings. This is one of our core items that enables the low life gameplay. The most important mod on this unique is that chaos damage cannot bypass energy shield. This mod is also available on the unique Solaris Lorica, but for endgame you really want the 6-link Chevron's wrappings due to high energy shield, spell damage and resistances. On our gloves we are looking for high energy shield, resistances and stats we might need. Try to get your hands on fingerless silk gloves due to its spell damage base mod which hires our DPS. I would prioritize the spell damage mod over an Uberlob enchant. On our boots we are looking for high energy shield, resistances and stats we might need. The higher the movement speed mod on our boots, the faster we can clear our maps. Try to get your hands on Sorcerer boots since it offers the highest energy shield base for boots. Optional, you could use the unique Sin track to its ridiculous energy shield boost, some dexterity and high movement speed. We're gonna enchant regenerate 2% of life and mana per second if you were hit recently for a really nice boost to survivability, or if you're mainly focused on mapping you could use 16% increased attack and cast speed if you've killed recently. On our belt we're looking for high energy shield, resistances and stats we might need. You can either go with a rare Stygian Vice in order to use an Abyss Jewel or a Crystal Belt base for 80 flat ES Implict. Optional, you could use the Bated Breath unique belt since it offers quite a lot of energy shield recharge rate and a bit of damage. As our amulet we are going to use Presence of Chayula. This is basically another core item but has quite a price tag. It provides us with stats, high amount of chaos resistance, stun immunity and maximum life converted to energy shield. Once you can afford this amulet you will understand why it is so good for low life builds. As our first ring we are going to use the Hungry Loop. This ring is simply amazing, it gives us a free 5-link setup in a ring slot. All we have to do is feed the ring with support gems before they level up to 20. As soon as you click to level up the gem, it consumes the gem enabling the mod as its unique mod. Quality on the gem itself doesn't matter since it doesn't consume quality mods. On our second ring we are looking for high energy shield, increased chaos damage, spell damage, resistances or stats we might need. Try to focus on damage mods since we can obtain defensive mods on other rare items that cannot have damage mods on it. In our helmet we will socket Contagion, faster casting support, increased area of effect support and Arcane Surge support. Make sure that Arcane Surge support buff gets activated by only one Contagion cast. In our main hand we will socket Shield Charge, faster attack support and Fortify support. This will be our mobility skill link. Fortify support will give us a sweet defensive buff while faster attack support will speed up our mobility quite a lot. In our offhand we will socket Clarity, Haste and Blood Magic support. This will be our auras we reserve on life. If you struggle with activating both auras due to not enough life, skip some levels on Clarity. In our body armor we will socket Blight, Efficiency support, Control Destruction support, Void Manipulation support, Swift Affliction support and Empower support. Level 4 Empower isn't necessary, but everything that boosts our flat damage of our main skill provides a nice DPS boost. In our gloves we will socket Wither, Spell Totem support, Faster Casting support and Increased Duration support. Since we wear Breath of the Council, Increased Duration support isn't necessary to get our 15 stacks of our Wither totem. I simply use it so the totem lasts longer and I don't have to replace it on most encounters. In our boots we will socket Discipline, Enfeeble, Temporal Chains and Blasphemy support. This will be our aura and curses we reserve on mana. We will need quite some mana reservation reduction to activate all 3 mana reservation gems while having enough mana to cast our abilities. In our ring we will socket Essence Drain after we fed our ring with Efficiency support, Control Destruction support, Void Manipulation support and Swift Affliction support. Again, the ring will only eat the gem ability, not the quality mods. Energy from within slightly boosts our energy shield. It has to be used in a jewel socket under the melding wheel. The Spreading Rod is a nice DPS boost if you are able to channel Blight. It has to be used in a jewel socket at the upper side of the skill tree. If you can afford the Watcher's Eye Jewel, some of the following mods are very useful. Faster start of energy shield recharge while affected by discipline, you gain onslaught on kill while affected by haste, maximum mana as extra maximum energy shield while affected by clarity, chance to block spells while affected by discipline, maximum energy shield regeneration per second while affected by discipline, chance to dodge spells while affected by haste, phasing while affected by haste and unaffected by temporal chains while affected by haste. For regular rare jewels we are going to prioritize the mods in the following order: increased maximum energy shield, spell damage while holding a shield, spell damage, chaos damage, damage over time, global damage, resistances or stats you might need. For Abyss jewels we want to have the following mods: energy shield, flat chaos damage to spells, increased cast speed and movement speed if you have killed recently. For flasks, I highly recommend getting a Sulfur Flask of Heat for Freeze and Chill immunity, a Quicksilver Flask of Adrenaline for insane movement speed, a Basalt Flask of Staunching for bleed immunity, a Yada Flask of Warding for curse immunity, and a Witchfire Brew to apply Despair Curse and get a nice damage over time boost. A detailed skill tree plan is linked in the description of this video. For our Ascendancy points we're gonna take Dexterity and Intelligence plus Passive Point for turn 1, Shadow Ascendancy Trickster plus Intelligence for turn 2, Passive Point plus Witch Ascendancy Occultist for turn 3, and Passive Point plus Path of the Witch for turn 4. We're gonna use Soul of Solaris as our major god for physical damage reduction and Soul of Tukhama as our minor god since we channel Blight to gain another layer of defense while stationary. Kill them all! Thanks for watching my video. I would greatly appreciate your support with a simple like on this video, your thoughts and feelings about the content itself in a comment. On top of that, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos from me in the future. It is totally free, so become a part in our great community. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care and have a great day.
I see you, little mouse. You don't belong here. Run along. outside chaos. This is my world, and you shall obey my order. Embrace my message. The horror must be stopped. Obstacles destroyed! Go to the chaos! The past must be sacrificed.
Coming through!